Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, I welcome you all in this video class of mathematics. I hope you are all doing well and are enjoying your winter break. Dear students, we completed our second chapter, that is addition and subtraction. We are left with only one chapter, and that is chapter number 3, multiplication. Okay, so we will do our chapter number 3, multiplication. So let's get started. First of all, we will learn what multiplication is. Beta, multiplication means repeated addition of the same number. Multiplication means repeated addition of the same number. Yes. What is multiplication? It is the repeated addition of the same number. Let me explain this by an example. See, beta, for example, I have to buy chocolates. Okay, I have to buy 3 chocolates, one for myself, one for my brother, and one for my sister. And the cost of one chocolate is 10 rupees. Cost of one chocolate is 10 rupees. Yes, the cost of one chocolate is 10 rupees. And I have to buy 3 chocolates. I have to buy 3 chocolates. So tell me, what will be the cost of 3 such chocolates? I will write 10 plus 10 plus 10. What is 10 plus 10 plus 10? It is equal to 30. It's equal to 30. Yes. So, I had to find the cost of 3 chocolates. Okay. And the cost of 1 chocolate was 10. Okay. So, what did I do? I added this 10 3 times. Okay. This is 10 plus 10 plus 10. And 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal 30. It's equal 30. Yes. I can do this in another way. Okay, tell me, beta, what is the number here? It's 10. It is 10. And tell me how many times this 10 has been repeated. This 10 has been repeated 3 times. So I will write down here 3. I will write down here 3. Yes. Now, I will put a symbol of cross in between these two numbers. Okay, first I wrote the number that was repeatedly added here, and that number was 10. And then I wrote and then I find that this number is being repeated 3 times. So I wrote that 3. Okay. So, and then I put a symbol of cross in between these two numbers. Okay. Just recall the multiplication tables. Isn't this 10 multiplied by 3? Okay. Yes, this is 10 multiplied by 3. Yes. 10 into 3 is equal 30. 10 into 3 is equal 30. Yes. So I got the same answer that I got when I added this 10 3 times, isn't it? Yes, I got the same answer when I got the same answer as I got after adding this 10 3 times. Okay, so it means that whenever you have to add any number repeatedly, don't go with the addition, just go with the multiplication. Write down the number that that is being repeatedly added, and then write out how many times this number is being added. Okay, and multiply these two numbers. You will get the answer. You will get the answer. Okay, beta. So you learned that multiplication means repeated addition of the same number. Whenever any number is being repeatedly added, just go with the multiplication. Okay, beta. Now see here, this cross is the symbol that is used for multiplication. Just in case of addition, we use the symbol plus. In case of subtraction, we use the symbol minus. And in case of multiplication, we use the symbol cross. Okay, so this represents our multiplication. This represents our multiplication. Yes, beta. Now, okay, beta. So, we got this now that multiplication means repeated addition of the same number, and multiplication is represented by the symbol of cross. Okay. See, beta, here we are having another example. Okay, here is 2 multiplied by 9 is equal to 18. 2 multiplied by 9 is equal to 18. Okay. Always remember, the number that is being multiplied, is called multiplicand. What is multiplicand? The number that is being repeated is called multiplicand. Okay? And the number by which a given number is multiplied is called multiplier. Is called multiplier. The number by which a given number is multiplied. Here, I am multiplying this 2 by 9. So 9 is my multiplier. 9 is my multiplier. And the number that is being multiplied here, that is 2. So 2 is my multiplicand. 2 is my multiplicand. What is the answer that I get after multiplying this 2 by 9? It's 18. It's 18. The result that we get after multiplication is called product. It's known as product. So what is product, beta? The result that we get after multiplication is called product. Like in case of addition, the answer that we get after adding the numbers is known as sum. In case of subtraction, what is the result that we get after subtracting the numbers? That's called difference. Yes, in case of multiplication, the result that we get after multiplying the numbers is known as product. It is known as product. Yes, beta. So always remember, multiplication means repeated addition of the same number. Multiplication is represented by the symbol cross. The number that is being multiplied is called multiplicand. The number by which we multiply is called multiplier. And the result that we get after multiplication is known as product. Is known as product. Let's discuss now properties of multiplication. Okay, beta? We will now discuss properties of multiplication. Our first property is identity property. Our first property is identity property. Yes, beta. This property says that whenever we multiply any number by 1, whenever we multiply any number by 1, the product is the number itself. What does this property say? This property says that when we multiply any number by 1, the product is the number itself. The product is the number itself. Here, suppose we are having a number that is 2958 and I am multiplying it by 1. I am multiplying it by 1. Okay, beta? So, as per this property, whenever we multiply any number by 1, the answer will be the number itself. The answer will be the number itself. Okay. So here the number is 2958. After multiplying it by 1, what will be the answer? The number itself. And what is that number? It is 2958. Yes, beta. It means that I am writing this number only once. I am writing this number only once. If I am writing this number only once, so what will be the answer, beta? It will be same. Okay. So, whenever we multiply any number by 1, the product is the number itself. And this is known as identity property. This is known as identity property. Let's move to our property number 2, and that is zero property. What is that property? That is zero property. This property says that when we multiply any number by 0, when we multiply any number by 0, the product is always 0. The product is always 0. Okay. It means that here the number is 873. Okay. Multiplied by 0. It means that I have written this number 0 times. 0 times. Okay. So what will be the answer? It will be 0. It will be 0. Yes. I have written this number 0 times. So, what will be the answer? It will be 0. So, whenever we multiply any number by 0, the product is always 0. Okay. For example, I am having here this number. Okay. I am having here 23,435. And I have to multiply this number by 0. What will be the answer? It will be 0. Okay. Whatever the number will be, if that is being multiplied by 0, the answer will always be 0. Is it clear, beta? Okay. Okay, beta. Now going to our third property, that is order property. That is order property. This property says that Changing the order of the numbers. Changing the order of the numbers does not change the product. Changing the order of the numbers does not change the product. What does this mean? It means that if I write down here 2 into 3, tell me what is 2 into 3 equal? It is equal 6. Okay, what if I write 3 into 2? What is 3 into 2 equal? It's again equal 6. Okay, the answer in both the cases is same. So what is the change here? Okay, here 2 has been written in the beginning. Okay, my second number is 3. Here the order of these two numbers has been changed. Okay, here in the first case I wrote 2 into 3, and in the second case I wrote 3 into 2. It means whether we write this as 2 into 3 or we write it as 3 into 2. In both the cases, the result will be same. It means that 2 into 3 will be equal to 3 into 2. 2 into 3 will be equal to 3 into 2. In both the cases, the answer will be 6. The answer will be 6. Okay. So, tell me beta, if I write here 5 into 2, okay, it will be equal to 2 into 5. Yes. If I write here 10 into 3, it will be equal to 3 into 10. Yes, this is called the order property. By changing the order of the numbers, there is no change in the product. Yes. So this is our order property, and it says that changing the order of the numbers does not change the product. Like here, I have taken the number 512, it's multiplied by 2, and the answer is 1024. Okay, now I'm writing 2 here in the beginning, and then I'm writing this number, that is 512. The answer is again 1024. Now, moving to our property number 4, that is grouping property. What is this grouping property? Grouping property says that whenever you have to multiply 3 or more numbers, the product remains same regardless of how we group them. The product remains same regardless of how we group them. Okay. Suppose I'm taking here 3 numbers. Let me take here 3 numbers. 2, 3 and 4. 2, 3 and 4. Okay. I have to multiply these numbers. I have to multiply these 3 numbers. Okay. In first case, what will I do is that I will first multiply these 2 numbers. What is 3 into 2 equal? It's equal to 6. Okay. After finding the product of these 2 numbers, I will multiply this product with the third number. That is 6 into 4. 6 into 4 is equal to 24. It is equal to 24. Yes. So, I first multiplied the first 2 numbers, and the product that I got from there, I multiplied that product with the third number. And my answer is 24. Okay. Now, I will write these 3 numbers again. But now, I will not multiply first 2 numbers. I will keep first number as it is, and I will multiply last 2 numbers first. Okay. So, let me keep this number as it is, and let me multiply these 2 numbers, last 2 numbers. What is 4 into 3 equal? It's equal to 12. It is equal to 12. Yes. And what is 2 into 12 equal? It's equal to 24. Yes, beta. Again, we got the same answer. Yes. So, in the first case, we multiply first 2 numbers, and then the product of these 2 numbers was multiplied with the third number. In our second case, I kept my first number as it is, and then I multiplied last 2 numbers first, and the product that I got after multiplying last 2 numbers, I multiplied that product with the first number, My answer is 24. In both the cases, my answer is same. It means that if I will write down these numbers like this, 2 into 3 into 4, and I will multiply these two first, it will be equal to, if I will write these numbers again and I will multiply last two numbers first. I will multiply last two numbers first. Is it clear, beta? Okay. So, beta, you got it that grouping property says that whenever we multiply three or more numbers, the product remains same regardless of how we group them. Okay. Here I'm having three numbers, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. I will multiply these two numbers first and the product that I will get here, I will multiply that with 5. And here in this case, I will keep the first number as it is and I will multiply the last two numbers first. Or not last two numbers first, yes. And in both the cases, I will get the same product, that is 60. That is 60. Now, moving to our property number 5. This property is distributive property of multiplication or addition. What is the property, boys? This is distributive property of multiplication or addition. What does this property say? Let me again take three numbers. Let me take three numbers. Okay, boys, I will take 2 as the first number, then 3 and then 4. Okay. So, what will I do is that I will write plus sign between these two numbers, okay, and I will keep these two numbers in parentheses, okay. Parentheses means brackets, okay. So, what did I do here? I wrote this 2. I wrote 2. Then I started these parentheses and inside these brackets, I wrote 3 plus 4. Okay. So how to solve this question, beta? You will always remember whenever you have a question like this, you have to first solve the bracket. You have to first solve the bracket, okay? And this number that is outside the bracket, always remember that this number is in multiplication with all this that is inside this bracket. It means that we have to then multiply this 2 with all this thing that is present inside the bracket, okay? So that is present inside these parentheses, okay? So, but first of all, I have to add these numbers, okay? Tell me, what is 3 plus 4 equal? It is equal to 7. It's equal to 7. Yes. After adding the numbers which are present inside the parentheses, okay, what will be my next step? My next step will be to multiply this thing with the number that was present outside the bracket, that is present outside these parentheses. What is that number? That number is 2. So I will write down here 2 and I will multiply this number with 7. Beta, tell me what is the answer? The answer is 14. The answer is 14. So I told you that if you are having three numbers, okay, two numbers are in parentheses and you have to add them, and one number is outside the bracket or the parentheses, okay. What you will do first? You will first add the numbers that are present inside the parentheses, okay, and then you will multiply that sum with the number that is present outside the parenthesis, that is 2 here. And what is 2 plus 7? It is 14. It is 14. There is one more way of doing it. There is one more way of doing it. Okay, beta. Here it is 2 multiplied by 3 plus 4. Okay. This 2 is actually multiplication with this 3 and this 4 also. Okay. This 2 is in multiplication with both of these numbers that are present in the parenthesis. So, I can do it like this. I will think, okay, what if I multiply this 2 with this 3 first? So, I will write 2 into 3. Okay. Then, what is the sign here, beta? It is plus. So, let me write this plus here. And I told you that this 2 is in multiplication with 3 as well as with 4. Okay. So, firstly, I multiplied this 2 by 3. Now, I will multiply this 2 by 4. I will multiply this 2 by 4. Yes. Now, what I will do is that I will find the product. I will find the products first. Okay. What is 3 into 2 equal? It's equal 6. It's equal 6. Yes. Keeping this plus sign here. What is 2 into 4 equal? It is equal to 8. It is equal to 8. Yes. Now I will add these two numbers. What is 6 plus 8 beta? It is equal to 14. It's equal to 14. So in both the cases, I got the same answer. I got the same answer. Okay. This property is known as distributive property of multiplication or addition. It means multiplying a sum by the number. Okay. Here, I first multiplied the sum. I first multiplied the sum. Okay. It means multiplying the sum by a number. Multiplying the sum by a number is equal to multiplying each addend. Multiplying each addend by the number. Multiplying each addend by the number and then adding their product So distributive property of multiplication or addition means multiplying a sum by a number is always equal to multiplying each addend by the number and then adding the products So beta, suppose I will take numbers like this: A, inside the parenthesis, B plus C. Okay. So I told you that these numbers, these are the addends. Okay. This number, that is A. Okay. It's outside the parenthesis. This is in multiplication with B and it's also in multiplication with C. So I can write it like A into B. Then I have to keep this plus sign here and then I will multiply this A with C. So it will be equal to A into C. It will be equal to A into C. Like I will take another example here. For example, I'm having here 5 inside the brackets. 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4. What will be this equal? This will be equal to 5 multiplied by 10. 5 multiplied by 10. This number that is present outside the bracket. This is in multiplication with both of these addends. So I will write here 5 into 10, then plus mark, and then 5 into 4 and then 5 into 4. So I hope it's clear now. So distributive property of multiplication or addition means multiplying a sum by a number is equal to multiplying each addend by the number and then adding the products I hope all these properties are clear now. So our first property was identity property, saying that when we multiply any number by 1, the product is always the number itself. 0 property, which says that when we multiply any number by 0, the product is always 0. Okay. Order property, saying that changing the order of the numbers doesn't change the product. Okay. Then grouping property, which says that when multiplying 3 or more numbers, the product remains same regardless of how we group them. And then distributive property, which says that multiplying a sum by a number is equal to multiplying each addend by the number and then adding the products. Okay, beta. Now we will directly go to our checkpoint 1. Okay. See beta, here in this checkpoint, our first question is fill in the blanks. Okay. So in this question, you are not supposed to find the product. Okay. Here you have to apply the properties of multiplication. Okay. You have to apply the properties of multiplication in this checkpoint, in this question. Okay. So we will directly move to our question, this part number A. So part number A is 2451 multiplied by 1. Recall the identity property. Okay, that said that if you are having any number and you are multiplying that number by 1, what is the answer? The answer is the number itself. Yes. we studied the identity property, okay? As per identity property, if you multiply any number by 1, if we multiply any number by 1, the product is the number itself. What is the number here? 2451. So the product here will be 2451. Yes. Now, we will move to part number B. Part number B is 672 multiplied by something is equal to 0. Okay. That's blank in your books here. Okay. So it is 672 multiplied by something is equal to 0. Recall zero property. Okay. We studied that. We studied that whenever we multiply any number by 0, the result is always 0. The product is always 0. Okay. You can think like this also. Here this is 672 and I need to multiply it by any number, but my answer is 0. Okay. And we know that our answer will be 0 only when we multiply this number by 0. Okay. So 672 when multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So this is the case of zero property. Now, we will move to our part number C, beta. What is our part number C? Part number C is 97 multiplied by 762 is equal to 762 and something. Okay, and we don't know this number. Okay. See, beta. Here it is equal to. Here it is equal to. Is equal to means that the product here on the left side is same as the product that is on the right side. Here one number is same, that is 762. How is it possible to get the same product here? It's possible only when we multiply this 762 to the same number to which this number is multiplied to on the left side. Tell me beta, on the left side 762 is multiplied by 97. It means that here again I have to multiply this 762 by 97. Only then I will get the same product. Okay, so this is the case of order property. Okay. So here 97 multiplied by 762. It will be equal to 762 multiplied by 97. Okay. Only the order of the numbers has been changed here. Okay. Now we will move to our part number D. Tell me beta, what is part number D? It is 67 multiplied by 54. Okay. Multiplied by 24 is equal to some number. We don't know this number. Into 54 into 24. See beta, it is here is equal to. Means the product that you will get here will be same to the product that you will get here. Okay. The product on both sides is same. Okay. And if you will look towards this question, you will find that two numbers are also same. This 54 is here and this 24 is here and this 54 is here and this 24 is here. Okay. And the product is also same. It means that I have to use the same number here. Okay. This 54 and 24, these are the same numbers here. So which number is left here? It's 67. I will write down this 67 here. Okay. But see beta, if you will look carefully towards this question, you will find that what he has done is that he has written these three numbers here and we wrote now 67 here. And then he has multiplied the first two numbers. In another case, he has multiplied the second two numbers. Okay. In first case, he multiplied first two numbers and the product with the third number. Okay. In the another case, what we will do is that we will keep our first number as it is and Now these two numbers have been grouped together and these two numbers have been multiplied first. So the number that will come here is 67, and this is the case of grouping property. This is the case of grouping property. Yes, beta. Now we will move to our part number E. And what is our part number E? It is 45 into 452 plus 786. See beta, here we are having the parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis there are the addends. And outside the parenthesis there is a number that is multiplied to these addends. Okay. So here we will use distributive property. Here we will use distributive property of multiplication or addition. Okay. So what will I write, beta? I will first multiply this 45 with this number. Okay, I will multiply this 45 by this number first. So I will write 45 into 452. 45 into 452. Then I write this plus sign. And then I will multiply this 45 by this number, by my second addend. Okay. So this is 45 here multiplied by the second addend. What is second addend? It is 766. Okay. Now just look towards this on the right side. Okay. Here 45 into something. We don't know what is it. Okay. So now we got it that here it will be 452. Then it is 45 into 786. Okay. So here in this blank you will write 452. So this was the case of distributive property. I hope it's clear. Okay, beta. Now we will move to our question number 2. But before doing question number 2, let me give you the concept of multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay. Let me give you the concept of multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. See beta, whenever you have to multiply any number by 10, 100 or 1000, there's a very simple trick that you will apply. Okay. What you will do is that suppose you are having any number, okay? Like I will take a number here, 236. 236, okay? I will take a number that is 236, okay? And I have to multiply it by 10. I have to multiply it by 10. Boys, tell me, what is this 236? This is my multiplicand. What is 236? This is my multiplicand, okay? So always remember, whenever you have to multiply any number by 10, the product will be the multiplicand. The product will be the multiplicand. What is the multiplicand? It is 236, okay? And what? Yes, you will write down the multiplicand first, okay? For finding the product, you will write down the multiplicand and then you will add 10 to the right of this multiplicand. Okay, why 10? Because 10 has only 10. Because 10 has only 10. Whenever you have to multiply any number by 10, what will you do? You will write down the multiplicand and then you will add 10 to the right of that multiplicand. That will be your product. That will be your product. Yes. Okay, beta. So it's very simple. If you have to multiply any number by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, okay, what you will do? You will simply write down the multiplicand and you will add as many zeros as there are in the multiplier. You will add as many zeros as there are in the multiplier. Okay, if the multiplier is 10, how many zeros are there in 10? There is only 1 zero. Okay. For writing the product, I will write down this multiplicand first. That is 685. And how many zeros in the 10? 1. I will write that 10 to the right of that multiplicand. And that will be my product. That will be my product. Okay. If your multiplier is 100, that means if you have to multiply any number by 100, what will you do? You will, for example, here our number is 3425. and we have to multiply it by 100. So for writing the product, what will we do? We will write down this multiplicand as such. We will write down this multiplicand as such, and we will write down zeros to the right of this multiplicand. How many zeros are there in the 100? There are 2 zeros. So I will write down here 2 zeros. Yes. So this is my product. This is my product. So if you have to multiply any number by 1000, how many zeros will you add to the right of the multiplicand to get the product? You will add 3 zeros to the right of the multiplicand to get the product. For example, here I am having the number 987 and I have to multiply it by 1000. Okay. For writing the product, I will write down the number first, the multiplicand first. What is the multiplicand? It's 987. Okay. So tell me, how many zeros are there in the multiplier? There are 3 zeros in the 1000. There are 3 zeros in the 1000. So I'm supposed to write down these 3 zeros. There are 3 zeros in the 1000. So I'm supposed to write down 3 zeros to the left of that multiplicand to get the product. Is it clear, beta? So I told you, whenever you have to multiply any number by 10, 100 or 1000, what you will do is you will add the number of zeros from the multiplier to the end of the multiplicand, to the right side of the multiplicand to get the product, Okay, beta. So I told you that if your number is 236 and you have to multiply it by 10, so what will be your answer? Our answer will be this multiplicand, that is 236, and then I have to add 1 0. Why? Because 10 has only 1 0. Okay, I have to put this 1 0 to the right side of this multiplicand, and this is my product. Okay, now here if I am having 236 into 100, now my multiplier is 100. So to find the product, what will I write? I will write down this multiplicand. What is the multiplicand? It's 236. It's 236. And I will write down these 2 zeros that are present in 100 to the right side of this multiplicand. So this is my product. And if I am having 236 and I have to multiply it by 1000 this time, okay? So to find the product, I will write down this multiplicand, that is 236, and I will put 3 zeros of this 1000 to the right side of this multiplicand, and this will be my product. So always remember this thing, okay? Whenever you have to multiply any number by 10, 100 or 1000, write down that number, write down that multiplicand, and add as many zeros as there are in the multiplier. If it is 10, add 1 0. If it is 100, add 2 zeros. If it is 1000, add 3 zeros. So beta, this is how done this part, that's multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. Now I will show you how to do the multiplication by multiples of 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, how to do the multiplication by the multiples of 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, first of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of this multiple. What is the meaning of this multiple? Okay, for this, let me take an example, beta. Here I am writing 2. Here I am writing 2 into 3. Sorry, 2 into 1. What is 2 into 1 equal? 2. What is 2 into 2 equal to, beta? 4. What is 2 into 3 equal to, beta? 6. Yes. What is 2 into 4 equal to, beta? 8. Yes. Okay, what I am doing here, I am just multiplying this 2 first by 1, then by 2, then by 3, and then by 4. And I am getting the product. I am getting the product, okay? Whenever you multiply a number by another number, okay? Here I am multiplying this 2 by 1. The product is the multiple of that number. Is it clear? Here 2 is the multiple of 2. 2 is the multiple of 2. Multiple is actually the product. Multiple is actually the product. Okay. Multiple is the product of a number when we multiply that number by another number. For example, here it is 4. 4 is the multiple of 2. When I multiply this 2 by 2. 6 is the multiple of 2. Okay. When I multiply this 2 by 3. 8 is the multiple of 2. When I multiple this 2 by 4. So these products, that is 2, that is 4, 6, 8, these are all the multiples of 2. These are all the multiples of 2. What are these, beta? These are the multiples of 2. These are the multiples of 2. Okay. Now here we will learn how to multiply the numbers by using the multiples of 10. By using the multiples of 10. What are the multiples of 10? It means that, what are the multiples of 10? It means that if I will multiply 10 by 1, what will be the answer? 10. I told you product is actually the multiple of the number by multiplying it by another number. So if I multiply this 10 by 1, I will get 10, and that 10 is the product, and that is also the multiple of this 10. Okay, now if I multiply this 10 by 2, what is 10 into 2 equal? 20. 10 into 2 is equal 20. So 20 is the product of this 10. Okay, and it's also the multiple of 10. Okay, 10 into 3. What is 10 into 3 equal? 30. Okay, 30, sorry. So 30 is the multiple of this 10. When I multiply this 10 by 3, when I multiply this 10 by 3, again here 10 into 4 is equal to 40. 40 is the multiple of 10 when I multiply this 10 by 4. When I multiply this 10 by 4. So 10, 20, 30, 40, these are all the multiples of 10. These are all the multiples of 10. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, these are all the multiples of 10. So here we will learn now how to multiply, okay, how to do the multiplication by the multiples of 10, 100 and 1000. I told you that multiples of 10 means whenever I multiply 10 by any other number, the product that I get is known as the multiple of 10. Okay, here if I multiply this 10 by this 2, I will get 20. So this 20 is the multiple of 10. If I multiply this 10 by 3, I will get 30, and 30 is the multiple of 10. Okay, whenever you have to multiply any number by the multiples of 10, okay, like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 up to 90, okay, what you will do is that, beta, what you will do is, okay, beta, so see, here I will take a number that is 43, that is 43, and I have to multiply it by 20. I have to multiply it by 20. What is 20? 20 is the multiple of 10. 20 is the multiple of 10. Okay. So, whenever you have to do this, you have to multiply any number by the multiples of 10. What you will do is that you will ignore this 0. You will ignore this 0. Okay. What you will do is that you will multiply that 43 by the number, okay, that is before 0. What is the number? That is 2. Okay, so tell me, boys, what is 2 into 3 equal? 6. What is 2 into 4 equal? It's equal to 8. It's equal to 8. Yes. So after writing this 86, now how many zeros were in 10? There in this multiple of 10? There is only 1 0. So I will write 1 0. I will write 1 0 here. Let me take another example. Here I am having the number as 2. My number is 2, okay? And I will multiply it by 30. 30 is also the multiple of 10. 30 is also the multiple of 10. I told you to solve this question. What will you do? You will first ignore this 0, okay? So you will do one thing. You will multiply this multiplicand with the number that is with the 0. Okay, here it is 3. Here it is 3. So I will multiply it like this. 2 into 3 is equal 6. Okay, then I will put this 0 here. Then I will put this 0 here. Yes. Like here, I am having now, I will take the multiples of, I will take now the multiples of 100. I will take now the multiples of 100. See, beta, what is the multiple of 100? Multiples of 100 means the product that we get after multiplying 100 by another number. Okay, after multiplying 100 by another number, suppose the number is here 2. What is 100 into 2? It's 200. It's 200. What is 100 into 3? It's 300. It's 300. Yes. So these are the multiples of 100. So let's multiply this 2 by 200. Okay, or let's multiply this 2 by 300. Nice. So what you will do is that you will multiply this multiplicand with this number. Ignore zeros. Ignore zeros. So you will multiply it like, okay, 3 2s are 6. 3 2s are 6. Okay. Then you will put these two zeros to the right of this product. So 600 is your answer. 600 is your answer. Okay. Now let me take another example like 21 into 300. 21 into 300. Okay. Here again, you will, this is again the multiple of 100. So you will ignore these two zeros. Okay. You will first multiply this 21 by this 3. By this 3. So I will multiply this 21 by 3. Tell me beta, what is 3 ones are? 3 and 3 twos are 6. Yes. After that, I have to put these two zeros on the right side of this number. On the right side of this number. Yes. Now again here I will take another example. Here it is 20. Here it's 23. Okay. And I will multiply it by 300 again. Or let's multiply here it by 200. Okay. So I will first multiply this 23 by 2. I will first multiply this 23 by 2. Okay. What is 3 twos are? 6 and 2 twos are 4. Yes. How many zeros here? 2. So I will write down these two zeros here. Is it clear, beta? Okay. Okay, beta. So you got it now. Whenever you have to multiply any number by the multiples of 10, 100 and 1000, what you will do? You will multiply that multiplicand with the number first, okay? And you will ignore the zeros, okay? And then you will add as many zeros as there are with the multiplier to the right side of the product, okay? To get the required product, okay? Now, you have got this now. So we will again go to checkpoint 1 and question number 2. The question number 2 will go to question number 2 of checkpoint 1. Question number 2 of checkpoint 1. Okay. Here question number 2 is find the products. Find the products. Our first question is 478 multiplied by 10. Okay. So you got it. I told you that if you have to multiply any number by 10. Okay, what will you do? What will you write in the product? Okay, you will write the multiplicand. Here 478 is multiplicand. To write the product, you will write this multiplicand again here. That is 478. And you will add as many zeros as there are in the multiplier. How many zeros are in 10? There is only one zero. So we will write down 1 0 to the right of this multiplicand and we will get our required product. Okay, it was like this, 478 into 10. So to find the product, I will write this multiplicand first and then I will add 1 0 to the right side of this to get the product. So my product is 4780. Now coming to part number B, beta, this is 1294 and we have to multiply it by 100. Okay, so we will again write down this multiplicand as such, that is 1294, and then we will add 2 zeros to the right side of this number. So our answer is 1,29,400. Okay, now moving to part number C. This is 8,216 into 300. See beta, 300 is the multiple of 100. 300 is the multiple of 100. Okay, when we multiply 100 by 3, we get 300. So 300 is the multiple of 100. For this beta, I told you that if you have questions like this, let me write this question again here. This is 8,216 and I have to multiply it by 300. Okay, I told you, ignore these zeros first and multiply this multiplicand with the number here, that is with these zeros. Okay, so I will first multiply 8,216 by 3. Okay, when I will multiply this, okay, what will be the answer beta? See beta, here it is 6 3s are 18. I will write down 8 here, 1 will be carried to this. 3 1s are 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 2s are 6 and 3 8s are 24. Okay, after writing this, what I have to do? I have to put these two zeros on the right side of this. Okay, so this is my required product. Okay, here I will write down 8,216 multiplied by 3. I will first consider this number. Okay, I will keep these two zeros here. Okay, after multiplying them, I got this answer, and then I have to add these two zeros here. So this is my required product. This is my required product. Okay, now we will move to part number D. We will move to part number D. That is 542 multiplied by 5,000. Multiplied by 5,000. Okay. As you can see that this 5,000, this 5,000 is the multiple of 1,000. Okay. Why? How? 5 multiplied by 1,000. Sorry. This. When I multiply this 1,000 by 5, what will be the answer? The answer will be 5,000. The answer will be 5,000. Okay. So 5,000 is the multiple of 1,000. Okay. Here I will again ignore these three zeros first. Okay. I will write down this 1,000 here. Why? Because I can write this 5,000 as 5 into 1,000. So I will first multiply this 542 by 5. Okay, upon multiplying this number, I get the answer as 2,710. Okay, now here it is 1,000. How many zeros in 1,000, beta? There are 3 zeros in 1,000. Okay, after writing this, I will put 3 zeros here to the right of this number. Okay, so my answer is 27,10,000. 27,10,000. I hope it's clear.